Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Today's topic is one that I'm really excited to talk about because it touches on something that's often overlooked in language learning: having fun. Yes, you heard that right. Learning English doesn't always have to be a serious, stressful task. In fact, one of the best ways to succeed is by finding joy in the process. So today, I want to explore how you can have fun while learning English and why enjoying the journey can make a huge difference in your progress. Before we dive in, I'd like to ask you a very simple but important question. Why do you want to study English? Take a moment to think about it. Is it because you genuinely want to improve your language skills? Or is it because someone else, maybe a teacher, parent, or employer, expects you to learn English? This is a crucial question because the motivation behind your learning can determine how successful you'll be. If you're learning English for someone else's reasons, it can feel like a chore. But if you're learning English because you want to, then it becomes something much more enjoyable. Like every decision in life, studying English must be something you want to do, not something you feel forced into. If you don't have that personal motivation, it's easy to lose interest or give up when things get tough. So, my first piece of advice is to find your why. Why is learning English important to you? Is it to travel more easily, to connect with people from other cultures, to advance your career, or maybe just because you love the language? Whatever your reason, keep it in mind as you study because your motivation will guide you through the hard times and keep you focused on your goals. Once you've decided why you want to learn English, it's time to set some goals. And I don't mean vague goals like I want to speak English fluently. While that's a great long term goal, you need to break it down into smaller, more manageable steps. For example, you could set goals like learning 10 new words every week, practicing speaking for 15 minutes a day, or finishing one English book this month. These smaller goals will give you a sense of accomplishment along the way and help you track your progress. And here's where the fun part comes in. Good study habits don't have to be boring. You can design your learning routine in a way that makes it enjoyable for you. Let's talk about some practical tips to do just that. First, find study methods that you actually enjoy. Not everyone learns the same way. Some people love sitting down with a grammar book, while others might prefer watching English movies or listening to podcasts. Some might enjoy having conversations with language partners, while others like doing vocabulary quizzes online. The key is to experiment with different methods until you find what works for you and what makes learning enjoyable. For example, if you're a fan of movies, try watching English films or TV shows with subtitles. Not only will you improve your listening skills, but you'll also have fun while doing it. Um, if you love music, listen to English songs and try to understand the lyrics. Sing along, even if you're not a great singer. The important thing is that you're engaging with the language in a way that feels natural and enjoyable to you. Another great way to have fun while learning is to play language games. There are so many apps and websites that turn language learning into a game where you can earn points, unlock levels, and compete with others. These games make the process feel less like studying and more like playing. And guess what? When you're having fun, you're more likely to remember what you've learned. One thing that I always emphasize is to start slow and be patient with yourself. It's easy to get overwhelmed when you set big goals like learning English fluently, especially if you expect to achieve them quickly. But remember, fluency takes time. So begin slowly while forming a regular practice of study. Maybe start with 10 or 15 minutes of English a day. It doesn't sound like much, but if you do it consistently, those minutes add up. The more you practice, the better you'll get. And the best part is you don't need to push yourself too hard from the start. You can ease into it, forming good habits that stick over time. And speaking of habits, the more you enjoy something, the more likely you are to keep doing it. It's like anything else in life. The things we do best are often the things we love. Think about a hobby you have. Maybe it's cooking, playing a sport, or painting. You probably got good at it because you enjoyed it. The same principle applies to learning English. If you're having fun while studying, you're studying in the right way. When you approach learning with a positive mindset and look forward to it, the process becomes so much easier. One tip I found helpful is to combine English with something you already love. For example, if you love cooking, try reading English recipes or watching cooking tutorials in English. If you're passionate about photography, follow English speaking photographers on social media. If you enjoy traveling, research destinations in English, read travel blogs, or watch travel vlogs. By integrating English into activities you already enjoy, you'll naturally spend more time engaging with the language and it won't even feel like studying. Now, let's talk about celebrating your progress. Learning a new language can be a long journey, and it's important to recognize how far you've come. Don't wait until you're fluent to feel proud of yourself. Celebrate the small wins along the way, whether it's learning a new word, understanding a conversation, or finishing a book in English. These little victories will keep you motivated and remind you that you're making progress, even when it feels slow. Another key to having fun while learning English is to make it social. Learning a language is a lot more enjoyable when you're doing it with others. You can join an English class, find a language exchange partner, or participate in online communities where people are learning English. Having conversations with others gives you real life practice, and it's a great way to make friends while learning. Plus, speaking with others makes the process much more engaging than studying alone. And don't be afraid to laugh at yourself. If you make a mistake or mispronounce a word, it's okay to laugh. Language learning doesn't have to be perfect, and laughing at your mistakes can help reduce the pressure you might feel. Remember, everyone makes mistakes when learning a new language. It's part of the process. So don't take yourself too seriously. The more you can relax and have fun with it, the more you'll learn. Before we wrap up, let's review some of the key takeaways for making English learning fun and effective. 1. Find your personal motivation. Understand why you want to learn English. 2. Set small, manageable goals to keep yourself on track. 3. Experiment with different study methods and find what you enjoy the most. 4. Start slow and be patient. Progress takes time, and consistency is key. 5. Make learning social. Practice with others and celebrate your small wins. 6. Combine English with your hobbies to make learning more enjoyable. 7. Don't be afraid to laugh at yourself. Mistakes are part of the journey. Learning English doesn't have to feel like hard work. When you approach it with the right mindset and make it fun, it becomes something you look forward to rather than something you dread. So, have fun learning English. Enjoy the journey, and before you know it, you'll see the progress you've been working towards. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you found this episode helpful and inspiring. Remember, learning English is not just about studying, it's about finding joy in the process. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and most importantly, have fun. Until next time, take care and enjoy every step of your English learning adventure.